You have known it since childhood. Your mind runs ahead of the room.
They are still listening, while you test the logic for cracks and motives.
You see the flaw early, and the silence after you speak turns heavy.
Because sharpness doesn't only reveal truth, it reveals how alone truth can feel.
A high-resolution mind isn't a gift you simply enjoy. It's equipment with a cost.
It cuts through comfort, excuses, and social scripts that keep groups relaxed.
That is why your clarity can feel brutal, even when you are undeniably correct.
Here are 8 habits that signal an unusually sharp mind, and the hidden price.
No labels, no lectures, just the signatures you may already live with daily.
If you recognize yourself, you will stop calling it a personality defect.
You will treat it like gear, powerful, precise, and requiring disciplined maintenance.
And you will learn to use it without turning life into solitary warfare.
Before you argue with anyone, you argue with yourself.
Privately. Brutally.
Average minds pick a belief early, then defend it like a passport to belonging.
They call that blind certainty strength, because certainty feels warm inside the tribe.
When doubt appears, they bury it, like hiding smoke instead of stopping a fire.
You do the opposite. You keep doubt on the table and let it speak. You hold 2 opposing ideas in one mind, without panic and without denial.
You pressure test conclusions like an engineer loading weight onto a bridge at midnight. You stay in the discomfort until the structure holds or collapses.
Only then do you speak, not to dominate, but to be accurate under real stakes. Ask this: what evidence would prove me wrong, and where would it hide?
In meetings, you attack your own proposal first, removing weak assumptions before others can.
People call you slow because they have never watched real thinking happen.
Some conversations feel like a film you memorized years ago, frame for predictable frame. Everyone enjoys the build-up, while your mind reaches the ending before sentence 2.
So you nod, you smile, and you perform interest like a trained actor.
You cannot explain the boredom without sounding cruel, so you swallow it quietly.
Your brain predicts patterns faster than the room can deliver information at human speed. When input is simple, attention doesn't die. It migrates to harder problems. That is why your mind wanders, never randomly, toward puzzles with density and risk.
Redirect the room. Ask for constraints, numbers, trade-offs, and consequences.
One precise question can raise the altitude of the entire discussion in seconds.
If the talk stays shallow, exit politely and protect your cognitive fuel. Not arrogance.
Understimulation.
Your boredom is feedback. showing where your mind naturally operates at full power.
Changing your mind doesn't shame you. It relieves you like a bone resetting.
The average ego treats being wrong like public death, so it doubles down loudly.
It welds identity to opinion, then calls flexibility a betrayal to avoid losing face.
You treat beliefs like hypotheses, temporary, testable, replaceable when evidence arrives.
When new facts appear, you update quickly, and you don't dramatize the revision.
You can say, "I was wrong," and mean it as discipline, not confession.
That willingness predicts better judgment than status, schooling, or raw intellect alone. You actively seek disconfirming data before it humiliates you later in public. In negotiation, you pivot the moment hidden risk appears in the fine print.
They call it inconsistency. You call it accuracy.
You don't worship yesterday. You sharpen it, then move forward lighter.
You notice what is missing before you admire what is present, and it unsettles people.
Many minds count what they see, then assume the picture is complete. You listen for the avoided detail, the unanswered question, the metric missing from slides.
Silence becomes data, not empty air, and your brain treats it seriously.
This is negative space cognition, reading gaps the way artists read composition and intent.
It is also how you escape survivorship bias, by hunting for what never returned.
Ask, what should be here, but isn't? And who benefits from that absence? Demand missing numbers, churn, acquisition cost, timelines, constraints, and accountability owners.
Watch confidence evaporate when someone must reveal what they hid behind polish.
In a pitch, growth looks glorious until you request one omitted metric.
The room tightens.
Because you found the hole.
Sharp minds don't only see objects, they see the shape of the empty space.
After socializing, you feel drained in a way sleep alone cannot fully repair.
People assume you dislike company, but the truth is technical, not emotional. While others track one conversation, you track 4 layers at the same time. Words, micro-expressions, tone shifts, status games, and motives behind each smile. That constant inference is heavy computation, and your nervous system pays the bill. High sensitivity plus high analysis creates fatigue that looks like introversion from outside.
You are not fragile. You are processing at a resolution that the room cannot see.
Treat recovery like training. Schedule silence, walking, journaling, and zero input.
Stop forcing extra social hours when your system is already overheating.
Choose fewer rooms, higher quality rooms, and the exhaustion becomes manageable.
At networking events, others leave energized. You leave scraped raw and strangely hollow.
You weren't mingling.
You were decoding.
Respect the cost, and this ability becomes sustainable instead of punishing.
You are uneasy about your intelligence, and that unease is a signature of depth.
The loudest voice sounds certain, and society rewards certainty like it is competence.
You hesitate because you see complexity they cannot even detect.
The more you learn, the larger the border of what you don't know becomes.
That is why expertise feels like humility, not swagger, not a victory lap.
Your discomfort is the mathematics of awareness, not a flaw in your worth.
Calibrate instead of spiraling. Track predictions, mistakes, lessons, and updates weekly.
What am I missing? Then assign time to answer it deliberately.
Use humility as a tool, not a cell you live inside for years.
On high-stakes projects, you flag uncertainties early, and people label you negative.
Later, those uncertainties explode for everyone who refused to look. Your doubt was accuracy.
Their confidence was noise.
Your relationship with time unsettles people because you treat hours like sacred currency.
Others spend time as if it refills, then wonder why life feels thin.
They chase arguments, gossip, and status games that evaporate by next month.
You cannot unsee the clock, so wasted time feels physically wrong in your body.
Mortality awareness sharpens priorities without panic, dread, or melodrama.
It breaks the sunk cost spell because you refuse to feed dead projects.
Before you say yes, ask, what does this steal from my future self?
Cut low-return commitments. Reinvest into health, skill, and the few bonds that matter. Leaving early is not rudeness. It is strategy when returns start to decay.
People call you distant, but you are protecting the only resource you never recover.
Your calendar becomes a mirror, reflecting values, not other people's urgent noise.
Time discipline looks cold to the careless and sacred to the awake.
Average minds chase the immediate thrill, then act surprised when the bill arrives.
They stop at the first obvious result and proudly call it common sense. But you see invisible threads, incentives, reactions, backlash, and the quiet collapse. While others celebrate a quick win, your mind runs simulations in the background.
You study systems, not snapshots, because systems decide behavior when pressure hits.
Before you commit energy, you ask a terrifyingly simple question. And then what?
That question exposes traps and unintended consequences hiding inside good news. Imagine a promotion that pays well, flatters you, and poisons you with incentives.
The average person grabs it instantly because ego loves speed and applause.
You decline because you saw the math buried under the praise.
6 months later, the department collapses, and the confident leader becomes the scapegoat.
Clarity creates distance, but distance can be managed. Stay sharp,